What you tolerate reveals what you value. That key in the thumbnail? Large frame, low angle, steady glow. Because the key was never about getting in. It was about what you leave unlocked when you walk away. In London, Franklin lodged in a house on Craven Street. The tenant downstairs was an anatomist named William Hewson. The basement held human bones, dissections, drawings of the dead. Franklin lived above it for 16 years. He never objected. He never asked Hewson to stop. He was comfortable with the uncomfortable. Most people would have moved. Franklin stayed. And years later, he helped found the first hospital in America. You have been trying to keep your hands clean. You want to build something meaningful without touching anything ugly. You want to leave a mark without getting your hands dirty. You want people to remember you without ever making anyone uncomfortable. That is not how building works. Every hospital is built on bones. Every institution stands on ground someone else cleared. Every legacy requires you to tolerate what you would rather ignore. Franklin did not wait for the basement to empty before he started building. He worked above the bones, not despite them, with them still there. You are waiting for perfect conditions. Clean hands, no mess, no complication, no one's feelings hurt, no hard conversations, no difficult tenants in the basement. That building never breaks ground. You have been waiting for years. The foundation is still dirt. You have built things before. A project at work, a business, a reputation, a portfolio, a family. But look closer. Most of what you have built requires you to keep running it. You stop showing up, how long would it last? The project would stall. The business would shrink. The reputation would fade. The portfolio would get sold. The family would adapt without you. That one might be fine. But everything else? It needs you. That is not building. That is babysitting. Here is the wound you are avoiding. You are not building things that outlast you. You are building things that need you. And you have convinced yourself that needing you means you are valuable. It does not. It means you are a bottleneck. Everything you have built stops the moment you stop. Franklin never patented a single invention. The lightning rod, the stove, the bifocals. He gave them away. Not because he was stupid. Because he understood that a thing you keep is a thing that dies with you. A thing you give away can outlive you. You are building a prison and calling it a legacy. Every system that needs you is not a system. It is a leash. The leash keeps you employed. It keeps you relevant. It keeps you needed. But it also keeps you trapped. You cannot leave. You cannot stop. You cannot hand it off because you never designed it to run without you. Franklin designed the first subscription library. You paid a small fee. The library bought books. Anyone could read them. The system did not need Franklin after he started it. He walked away. Kept running for 200 years. You are still answering emails about things you built 5 years ago. That is not a legacy. That is a job you never quit. You have done this before. You have built something, handed it to someone else, and watched them drop it. So you decided never to hand anything away again. That one failure convinced you that you are the only one who can do it right. That is not protection. That is hoarding. And hoarding is not building. It is slowly collecting things that will rot when you die. Here is the shift you have to make. Stop asking whether something needs you. Start asking whether it works without you. The test of a real system is not how it performs when you are there. The test is how it performs when you are gone. Franklin helped found the first hospital in America. He was not a doctor. He did not run the hospital. He did not manage the budget or hire the staff. He started it. Then he stepped back. The hospital did not need him. That was the point. He did the same with the library, the fire company, the academy that became the University of Pennsylvania. He started things and walked away. Not because he was lazy, because he understood that his job was to start them. Someone else's job was to run them. You have been trying to do both. You want credit for starting and credit for sustaining. You want your name on the building and your hand on the wheel. You want to be the founder and the CEO forever. That is not ambition. That is fear. Fear that if you step back, the thing will fail. Fear that if it keeps running without you, it proves it never needed you. Fear that handing it over means admitting you were replaceable all along. So you hold on. You tell yourself it is love for the work. It is not. It is the need to be needed. And the need to be needed is the thing that will kill everything you are trying to build. The machine should run without you. That is the only definition of building that matters. If the machine stops when you stop, you did not build a machine. You built a habit. Habits die with the body. Machines outlast the inventor. Franklin's machines, the library, the hospital, the fire company, the postal system, are still running. He has been dead for 200 years. What have you built that will outlast you? Think about the person who will take over your work when you are gone. Have you trained them? Have you documented the process? Have you designed the system so someone else can understand it without you explaining it? Or have you kept everything in your head so no one can replace you? Keeping it in your head is not job security. It is a guarantee that your work dies with you. Franklin gave away the lightning rod. No patent, no royalty, no license fee. He could have been rich. He chose to be dead instead. Not physically dead. Irrelevant to the invention. The lightning rod worked whether people paid him or not. That was freedom. You have been holding on too tight. Your hands are full of things you will never use and can never leave behind. The grip is the trap. Open your hands. The key in that thumbnail is not yours to keep. Franklin lived above bones for 16 years. He built a hospital. He started a library. He founded a university. He never put his name on any of them. Not because he was humble. Because he understood that a thing with your name on it is still yours. A thing with no name belongs to everyone. And things that belong to everyone outlast everyone. Tomorrow morning, identify one thing you are holding that someone else could hold. A task, a decision, a responsibility. Something you have been carrying because you told yourself no one else could. Write it down. Write the name of the person who could take it. Not the perfect person. The available one. Give them what they need to run it, not a summary, a system. Instructions clear enough that they do not need to call you. Not whether they do it as well as you. Whether they can do it without you. The key was never yours to keep. It was always meant to be passed. What are you building that outlasts you? Not your reputation. Not your money. Not your name on a building. Your systems. Your institutions. The things that run whether you are there or not. That is the only legacy that matters. Everything else is just stuff you are holding until you die. I build for others. I build for others. I build for others.